All right. What's going on, people? I'm trying to make this quick and seamless, sorry, as possible. So, my wife, Mitsubishi Outlander, has an issue with one of her tires constantly going low. It's not a fast leak, but it's annoying having to put air in this tire every other day. Luckily, it's summertime, so the heat from outside is keeping the air pressure up, because y'all know that whole Boyle's law on volume and temperature, or is that Charles' law? I can't remember. It's been a while since I took chemistry and physics. But yeah, one of those two scientists. I think it's Charles' law. Higher the temperature, the higher the pressure. Yeah, that's Charles' law. But so this tire will go after maybe a day and a half, 2 days. It will drop down to 28 psi, while the rest of them will stay in the 30s. And that's an issue. So that's how I know it has a slow leak. I'm gonna try to find the culprit of this leak without having to use a spray bottle. But if I do have to use a spray bottle, I will. I'm gonna try to find this naked. Now, some of you may think, why don't you just go ahead and do that now? I said, well, I'm already out here and I forgot to bring the spray bottle. So that's why I am gonna wait on that. I might not need it, but we shall see. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, stuff I'm using. Cooler to sit on. Got this tire patch kit. Once I do decide to extract the nail, once I find it, I'm gonna have this this bit right here to open up the hole quicker. I'm gonna have it already ready to go inside my impact wrench. And then once I get that hole opened up, as soon as I pull this out, I'll have this set up to go in, and it's gonna have the patch, which is nice and gooey. It's gonna be lubricated. This is a bonding solution for that. You put it on the patch and on the outside of this right here to lubricate and to have a solid bond with the plug. So the plug is gonna get this liquid as well. I'm just gonna spray it on here. It's not made for lubrication, but it can act as a lubrication to push this in. But definitely we'll have to put it on that and then have a nice bond with the tire. Once I do that, I will take a blade and cut the excess that's sticking out and put air back in it, and it's good to go. She maybe have 2 months or maybe 3 at best on these tires anyway. So I didn't see the point of buying a new tire when I'm going to buy a new set within 30 to 60 days anyway. So we're going to patch it up. I do need to go get my blade. So I would do that now. While I'm in there, I might as well get the spray bottle. So be right back. All right, I'm back. So got the spray bottle. Got it at the bathroom. My wife used it for my son's hair and stuff. So it's probably water and some other shit. I got the razor. See, got the razor. I'm gonna use that to cut off the SS plug once I get it in. For her particular vehicle and the rest of our vehicles, actually, the impact socket I'm gonna use is a size 21 millimeter. That's the size of the lug nuts on all 3 of our vehicles. As a matter of fact, all 3 of our vehicles use 21. Now, you may have a socket that's sitting around the house that you think you could use with an impact wrench. When you buy sockets for impact wrenches, it must be rated for that. These sockets are stronger than regular sockets. Most of them are colored black like this. The ones I've seen in a way to indicate that they're used for impact. If you use a regular 21 millimeter socket on these lug nuts and they're torqued down to spec, and you use them on an impact wrench, the socket most likely will break. It will crack before it even break off that lug nut because of the force of the impact wrench. I got nothing but DeWalt products. I would have went with Milwaukee, but years ago when I started my power tool journey, I went to Home Depot, and the DeWalt was the first thing I saw, so that's why I started buying. And once you go down that rabbit hole, you realize with just one battery, you could power all kind of power tools. So that's why I'm stuck with DeWalt. If I was to go to Milwaukee or somebody like Ryobi or Makina or anything like that, I would have to literally start all over buying power tools because the batteries are not universal. So this is my impact wrench. I can literally take this battery off and put it on my other power tools. So that's what we're going with. It has a breakaway force of 1,200 foot-pounds, 20 volts, 4 amps, and it'll definitely take these lug nuts off, no problem. When I get ready to put the wheel back on, once I get them on, I'm gonna tighten it up with this torque wrench. This torque wrench goes all the way up to, I want to say 200 foot-pounds, and as low as 50 or 60 foot-pounds of torque. Most car recommendations for torquing down lug nuts is anywhere between 85 to 120 foot-pounds. I don't know the exact for this vehicle, but to be on the safe side, I just do 90 foot-pounds of torque when I tighten this down with this torque wrench. And once you get it to 90 foot-pounds, because that's where I got it set at, it'll actually click, and that's how you know it's at the right setting. So 90 foot-pounds is tight. You can still take it off with a four-way lug nut remover by hand if you're strong enough, but not too tight where you have to use the impact wrench. I like using the impact wrench because it's quick to take off these bolts. I do have the vehicle parked in emergency with the emergency brake on, so once I lift this vehicle up, it don't roll because it's still going to be on the back left wheel. And if you don't have the emergency brake on and you lift the vehicle up, it's going to roll. So whenever you change the tires, I always put the emergency brakes on. So the rear wheels won't roll. Especially if you got the rear wheels still placed on the ground. At least one of them placed on the ground, you want to use your emergency brake. If you're taking the whole vehicle off the ground, all four sides, you don't necessarily need it, but just being a safe habit, put your emergency brake on before you change any tire on the vehicle. And if you want, for added protection, you can actually chalk them to the ones that stand on the ground. Anywho, got my impact wrench, sockets, my torque wrench, my tire plug kit, the liquid to verify where this particular nail or screw is located, my blade to cut off the excess. What I don't have is a pry tool to pull the nail out. So I'm gonna need some needle nose pliers. So let me go get that. And I hope I can find it. And I did. No, I need those. I need those pliers. This is crazy. There we go. I thought. These should do. Needle nose. Pull out the nail. So I'm gonna use this garage jack. It's 3 tons. This vehicle probably weighs right at 5,000 pounds. But even if it did 6,000, 7,000, I'm only lifting one side, so it's like half of it. So plenty of juice or strength to lift this vehicle up. So I'm trying to find a hard spot. Here we go. We'll find that one right here. I am lifting it up. And as you see, this is my floor jack. Got it set right at the lift point. I'm not going to put jack stands on here because I don't plan on getting under the vehicle. And it should take me long to get this tire off the ground. I'm only going to lift it up maybe 2 inches off the ground. Maybe one more. That's 1 inch. That's 2 right there. So we got it up off the ground. Now I'm gonna get ready to take the wheels off. I'm gonna put it on. That's 3 settings for this DeWalt impact wrench. One is just regular speed, screw on. 2 is much faster, much more power. I like to use 3. I don't like fucking around. Put it on 3 max speed. They're going to get the lug nuts off. All right. Of course, when you're screwing it on, you're not going to use max speed. You'll screw it on slow. Type of anvil I have on this impact wrench is a D-tip pin. Some models use the hog ring. I didn't get that model. I like the D-tip pin because that D-tip pin can fall in it goes in the gap of this hole on the impact wrench and keeps it on there snug. And you got to take it off with some force. It don't come off as easily. But if I want to take it off easily, I just rotate the socket and simply just put it on like that, and it comes right off easily. You know, that easy that is. But if I don't want it to go anywhere while I'm doing my work, it ain't coming off as easy. I'm gonna use some force to take it off. Alright, got it on 3 power, got it on loosey goosey, lefty loosey. Take this off. Hear that? That's how fast it came off with 3 power. I'm gonna show you how it looks with 2 power. Put it on 2. See, it took a little longer. Now 1's gonna take forever, but it didn't do it. Finally came off. Let's just take too long. We're gonna put this bad boy back on 3 and get the last 2 off. Alright. You know what? I might not need that water, that liquid. I think I see the nail already. Let's see. No, it's just debris. Alright. Here goes the hard part. Trying to find a damn nail. There's sometimes some bitch so embedded and deep. She still got some good tread. I'm gonna let y'all look at this. I think we got more than 3 months worth of tread wear on this. What y'all think? That's 4/32 of an inch. I have a tread depth indicator somewhere, but I don't want to go looking for it. This is at least 4/32. Maybe. And I rotate her tires regularly. This is some good tread. I don't have a dime on me. Put or a penny to put Abraham Lincoln's head in here upside down. What y'all think? This thing's about 3 months. Maybe by the end of the year, it's gonna need some new tires. She drives a lot. She's a social worker, so she has to do visits and stuff. And she travels quite often. Make sure you line back up. Let's see what it's. I'm trying to find it naked first. If I have to, I will. And it could be a valve stem issue. The stem might not be seating properly. I've had that happen before, where the stem is not closing. The valve of the stem is not. Oh, I see it. Bingo, found it. Got the nail. And it's not even bubbling up. It's just. And it might not bubble anyway because this liquid might be too oily. But I found a nail. I'll show y'all. Right there. Now, most tire shops ain't gonna patch that up because it's on the knuckle. It's not in the groove. But we ain't on the goddamn tire shop. This is private stuff. This private stuff, you know what I'm saying? Only drawback is if I post this video and she ended up getting in an accident and they could use this to say, well, she was at fault. She didn't have proper tires. You know, that kind of bullshit. You know? but the likelihood of her getting in an accident, they're using this against her, is very slim. I don't think that's the culprit. I'm gonna pull that one and patch it. Got 2 plugs left. That gotta be it. I don't see nothing else. Nothing on the sidewalls. Everything's good. The beaters on here. I pumped the tire up to 40 psi before I did this because it's easier to remove and replace. It's easier to remove a nail from an inflated tire because you got that back pressure pushing against the nail than it is a flat tire. And also, once you plug it, it's easier to keep it than plug and seal it too once you got some air in it. But the problem with this is I'm gonna need something to brace this tire to keep it from moving because I'm gonna have to do some manipulation with it. I'm gonna pop the tire against this. It's too sharp. I can hold it with my legs. I ain't gonna need no leverage seat now trying to pull it up. I'm gonna stand up on top of it. Put the lead down there. But before I do that, I'm gonna go get my drill ready for these what you call it? For the devices, the end pieces, the plug and the extractor. So, problem is, my other battery I was going to use, it's on the charger. So, that being said, I might have to be extremely quick. I can swap batteries out now. I'm going to take the battery off the impact wrench, sit that down, and put the battery on my impact drill. Same concept, it got 4 different settings. This is a drill. It takes drill bits. Not any kind of drill bit, but it's the quick detach drill bits. Not the ones that collapse. This don't have a collapsible nose. It takes the anvil style drill bits. When you plug it in and it's stuck. Then when you want to release it, you just pull this forward and release the drill bit. So this is an impact drill. The Walk makes the other drill too. It's a hammer style drill that has the mouth that collapses around the drill bit. They make those too, but I got this one because it's an impact. What I mean by impact, when you get to a certain point of resistance, it starts vibrating back and forth, really oscillating so fast you can't really tell. You can feel it. It's oscillating to further spin the nut, screw, or bolt that you're trying to unscrew or screw without stripping it. Because if it just use nothing but force to go, it'll round off the sides of that bolt and then you'll never get it off. Not without some other effort or means. So that's what the impact is for. It's like a hammer. It just chip away at the not chip away, but it like I said, it oscillates. It go back and forth, creating more momentum to turn the bolt, nut, or screw that you're trying to unloosen or tighten up. But yeah, so got it ready. I'm gonna put it on 3, of course. So first thing first, I'm gonna get this ready. This is gonna be this is the screw. It's gonna screw in, make the hole big enough where I can push the plunger in there. So right in there, reverse it, come on out, boom. Take this off real quick, and then put the plunger in there. The plunger, this holder for the plunge, for the plug. I'm sorry, I keep saying plunger. This device for the plug that's gonna hold it. I'm gonna have it ready to go too as well with a plug in. So I won't be, beating around the bush and all this air flowing out. This is gonna drop to probably about 20 psi before I even get it plugged. So I'm gonna go ahead and second to the last plug. And most of these plugs had 6 originally. Most of these have been used on her vehicle. Go figure. Not this particular vehicle. We got a Kia Forte too that she should try. I don't have to plug it 2 or 3 times. 2 times. This one twice. I don't know what my wife be doing. But she definitely go through some tires, man. Fellas, y'all know what I mean. I don't know why women are so hard on cars. Hope that wasn't sexist. I'm not a sexist person, y'all. I'm not. I'm really not. So we got that plug ready to go. Right before I have this ready. That plug bond on there. Right before I use them, I'll put some of that plug bond on there. Go ahead and lubricate that. I hope you can see this. If not, this is one take. I'm not adding nothing. I got that on there, good to go. Where's the top? Here it is. All right, so we got my drill ready to make that hole bigger. And let's try to get this nailed out right now. So when I get it out, I'm gonna grab this, drill the hole, pull out, swap out the bit, plug it in there, and go from there. Oh shit, I'm sad. Ooh, I got it in there, y'all. Ooh, this gotta be quick. Okay, I'm gonna get this ready. Yo. So what y'all see right here? I'm gonna let y'all see this. That nail came out extremely fast. So I got it in there. I'm gonna take this, drill out, expands the hole, and I'm gonna put that in. This air is gonna, it's gonna come out. So I gotta be quick. Sit right there. Here we go. There we go. Shit. I can get that air. Got it in there. So it's in there. Alright, it's in there. That stuff stinks. Boy, that's some stinking ass shit right there. Oh my God. This is air that's been in this tire for over 3 years. And when I tell you it came out and it smelled so rancid, that is stinking. Oh my God, that's horrible. As you can see, the plug is in there. And I pushed it as far as I can until the top of my drill actually bottomed out against the tire. So I couldn't go no further. But it's in there. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute, let that bond good. Then I'm gonna take the razor blade to cut off the excess. And then once I cut off the excess, I'm gonna go ahead and spray it. Just make sure no air coming out. We're gonna air this motherfucker up. And we be good to go. Yeah, buddy. Spray it now. Oh yeah. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Hope this razor blade is sharp enough to get this excess off. Cut upward at an angle. I don't want to You want to cut as much of that out as possible, but it's okay if some of them still stick out. You know, they ain't perfect. I didn't want to get the brace blade too close to the tire and then end up punching a hole in it while I'm trying to cut it. But over time, friction is gonna flatten that out and wear out the excess. Spray this. I'm hoping and praying that's the only tire. Hello?
Hey, today on Monday off days?
Yes, today and tomorrow.
Alright.
Alright. Come on down here and ask for that. She probably won't feel it. Alright. I think that was the only place where the nail was. I don't see any other nails. Only got one plug left, so hopefully I ain't got to use it for her tire again. Once I plug this tire, I'm not rotating this tire in the front. I don't put plug tires on the front of the vehicle, so it's kind of rotating. It's gonna be going left and right for now. I mean, it's gonna be time for some new tires by the end of the year anyway, so we'll be just fine for now. But yeah, that's about it, man. I don't see no air coming from it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put this bad boy on and air it up to the same PSI as the other tires. Y'all can see me doing this. I don't think y'all can see me. This part I did definitely need to show y'all. Okay, here you can see. Alright. Here we go. Got it on there. Now, where's my impact wrench? I don't have the battery on there, but what I am gonna do, take the socket, put another nut in there. Spin these on with the socket by hand first. Then give it a couple of other duggers with the. I hate short lug nuts. I hate It's hard to get. I don't like to cross state anything, so I like to put them on by hand first. Just to get a few threads on. And use the star method. I don't care how many lug nuts you have, use the star method. You can have 8. Opposite sides always. So I put top, bottom left or bottom right, whatever one comes you want to do second. Then once you do bottom left, go to the other leg. On the top, bottom left, something to go bottom right. I'm gonna go to the left, center, then right center. Want to get it on there just a little bit, just to get the threads to catch, easily catch. I don't want to force it on there. You do not want to cross thread anything that you're screwing on, regardless of what it is. I hate cross threading things. So I bit top, I went bottom left, then I went bottom right. Now I'm gonna go left center. Couple of turns to get them on there, loosey. Now I'm gonna go right center, get it on good. Alright, so now that we got that started, I'm gonna take the battery off of my impact wrench. And it has a battery indicator. Press that button. I got all 3 dots illuminating me. This is full battery. Oh yeah, my weed eater runs off this battery, and my head trimmer runs off this battery. I got 2 batteries. This is a 20, both on 20 amps. This is 20 volts, but this is a 4 amp. The other one is a 2 amp battery. It doesn't have the same amount of power as this, but it'll do the job. All right, so I'm gonna put it on. Screw on. I'm not gonna put it on 3. I'm gonna put it on 2, just to get it on there. Then once I get close enough, I put it on 1 to let it screw on. Nah, I just keep it on 2. Keep it on 2. All right, that's 1. I'm gonna go to the bottom left next. All right, that's bottom left, bottom right. Left center. Alright, cool. Now you notice this wheel didn't spin when I was tightening this up. That's because I have the emergency brake on. When you have the emergency brake on, that's another advantage of having it on. The wheels won't spin as you tighten the nuts on. Had it been a front tire, I would have had to sit this on the ground first to tighten this up. Now initially, I put it on while like that and use my feet to keep the tire from spinning. Once I get ready to cinch it down, I need to have that tire on the ground. With the emergency brake being on, I don't have to do that. All right, now that I got it on good with those other dubbers, this is my torque wrench. 21 millimeter socket, just like this one, except it's not impact capable. If I was to put this on that, this will break. This socket will break. I'm using it by hand, so it's not gonna break. This is a torque wrench. So now I'm gonna torque the spit by hand. Go ahead and click in a minute. You heard that click? Alright, go to the other end. Another click, good. 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 Alright, so it's torque 90 foot-pounds. One more on the top again, just to see the clicks. Yep. Go ahead to the bottom left. Yep. Yep. And I made a mistake and told y'all the wrong thing. When you do the start method, you can start at the top center, then if you go to the bottom left, cool. After that, instead of going to the other bottom left, and then to the side, then the opposite side, and then right here. So I screwed that up. It's not a big deal, but going forward, top, center, or wherever you start with, you want to go to the bottom of where you start from. If I would have started right here, I would have went right here, then right here, then over there opposite, and then back down to the other leg. So I screwed that up. Told y'all wrong. It's my mistake. So top, bottom leg, to the side of the opposite side, then across from it, and then down. It's like when you drive. It's just like how you drive a 5-point star. Boom, 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 and boom. Just like that. That's how you're gonna tighten it down. It's good and tight now. I'm gonna air it. I'm curious to see what PSI is at now. Since I got the plug in there. We're gonna lower this bad boy and we're gonna air it up. We're gonna air it up. Pause it for a second. Alright, so you can see what the PSI is right now. Right here on the gauge that's included on this vehicle's factory sent factory provided electric pump, right at 36. Now I had it at 40. So only about 4 PSI might have came out. Well, if you go on the inside using the TPMS system, tire pressure monitoring system, it's showing that it's at 33. we gonna go by the electronics, not a non-digital gauge. So 7 psi was lost. I didn't show where it was at 40, but I pumped it up to 40. So as you can see, for that 1 or 2 seconds, 7 psi had dropped. You can imagine how fast the air would have dropped if I didn't hurry up and put that plug in. I mean, her tire would have been flat in less than a minute. So that being said, I got the car on run mode so the battery can operate this tire pressure, and we're gonna inflate it to about 38, 39. That's where her rest of her tires are. That is kind of high, but I wanted to match, and I guess I could get it up to 35 and let the air out of the other ones to 35 as well. Yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna get it up to 35, and we're gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna take the air out of the other tires to match that. But yeah. See how long it takes to inflate. We're at 33. Oh, it's at 34 already. Yep, there we go. That's it, y'all. Got it done. Have a good one, man.